I believe very strongly that each and every morning when we get up, that when we say good morning to the Lord and thank Him for the gift of another day, that He always has a word for us, a word or a thought process to govern our day. I believe that that is the Lord's instructions and wisdom that He imparts to us each and every day. And the problem is that if we do not take the time early in the morning before life gets in the way, before the enemy has a chance to begin to cloud or muddy our thoughts, if we do not take the time, even if it's just for a few moments before we get started, to just listen to the voice of the Lord and put our focus and our eyes upon Him, then we are going to miss not only a lot of great things that God may have for us today, but we're also prone to be caught up in traps and distractions and things that really weren't meant for us to be involved in at all. But because we didn't spend that time with Jesus, we missed that, and it changed the course of our day. That's why it's so important that we always try to spend our morning moments with Jesus. So I do welcome you in this morning as we begin to look at Hebrews chapter 12. I want to look at verses 1 and 2. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before Him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. I believe we would be honest in saying this morning that one of the biggest obstacles we have to overcome each and every day is to not get caught up in distractions by losing focus. What we put our eyes on typically will dictate which direction we move in. Paul is writing here in Hebrews that it is very difficult to run a race looking backwards or looking to each side. If you're going to run a race effectively and run it to win it, you need to keep your eyes focused on what's ahead and the finish line. See, he says in verse 1 that we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. And I praise the Lord that there are people in glory and people around us that continue to cheer us on to stay focused. But if we put our eyes on people, then we take our eyes off Jesus. We don't need to get caught up in the applause of people or get caught up in the ability for people to try to discourage us or to talk down about us. What we need to do is continually keep our focus on what's ahead. And that is a great prize and a great crown, but also a great day if we keep our focus on what's important. Sometimes we get caught up in circumstances. We get caught up in all the things that are around us, and we cease to be able to run our race and journey in life effectively. He says here in verse 1, the race that is set before you, not behind you. Can't do anything about the things you've already passed by. Not to the left or to the right, because that's going to make you stumble. But in verse number 2, he says, looking unto Jesus, who is the author and finisher. He began the race for you. He will end the race with you. He knows the beginning and the end. And He knows what's out there today. He knows what we're about to face. And the only way for us to know it is to stay focused on the one that goes before us. For He also endured His race, and now is set down at the right hand of the Father. So let us stay patient. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right, don't keep looking for things that are in the past. Look towards Jesus. All eyes on Jesus today. I pray that blessing over you today, that you would be able to stay focused on what's important, and that's your walk with Jesus. You be safe, you be strong, you be blessed, and you be focused today. Because as we said earlier, we say again, today, all eyes need to be on Jesus. Spend your morning moments with Jesus. Spend all day long with Jesus. And He'll help you finish this race strong. Lord's will, we'll see you back here again tomorrow. And until then, have a great day.